Okay, sweet. All right. So Elon and Trump's interview happened last night all over X. It broke the internet, literally broke the internet. And I couldn't log in for about, I think, almost over an hour. And I wasn't the only one. I was watching other streamers trying to watch the stream until I realized their streams were broken too. Finally found a stream that was working on YouTube. It was actually kind of freaky. I watched probably 6 different streams on YouTube that were saying Elon and Trump, Elon and Trump. I clicked on them, and those streams probably started about 6 hours earlier in the day. Absolute bizarre nonsense. It was AI rendered like versions of Elon, really, really fucking creepy. Basically trying to sell Bitcoin or trying to take people's Bitcoin. It was pretty nuts.
Raise your camera up a little bit.
Raise the camera up? Okay.
Because it's like it cuts your hairline out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, so can I see how it looks on your phone? Because I'm a little lost.
Good.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It looks good?
It's cutting your hair.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. I also just want to do the orientation though.
Very weird. Well, no, I had it set up on portrait mode. I don't know why it's not doing portrait mode right now. Let's see. Dude, I don't know. I've tried to get the camera working on portrait, but for some strange reason.
But it sounds great.
It sounds great?
It sounds really good. I can hear you clearly. Like the lights are good.
Yeah. I don't like StreamYard. This is annoying. I definitely want a portrait mode. That's kind of annoying. Okay. Wait, can I see it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's odd. Am I on cinematic video? Can you put me to cinematic? Or you can't actually, can you?
No.
Fuck. Okay. All right, whatever. It's all good. All right, whatever. We'll test this out. We'll see what happens. Thanks, man. Sorry for the interruptions. I'm sure there's very few people watching right now. Yeah, so back to the story. So 8 different versions of this fake live stream happening between Elon and Trump, and it's just AI renditions of Elon talking, trying to take people's Bitcoin. Really eerie. I cannot believe that there were over 100,000 views and plays and probably over 10,000 concurrent viewers watching that. Like completely fooled that they were watching AI rendered versions of Elon. Scary world that we live in. That definitely felt like Black Mirror for me yesterday. Yeah, so then finally found a stream of Meet Kevin, who's a famous finance dude on YouTube. He talks about politics, economics, mostly finance and economics, sometimes jumps into politics here and there. Pretty active on X as well. And he started watching the Elon live stream, and it was just elevator music. So what the hell is going on? Why was there elevator music for almost 45 minutes, if not longer? And we got a tweet from Elon saying that there was a DDoS attack. Now, I've heard DDoS attack many times before. I've heard that dropped many times. And it's confused me. What the hell is a DDoS attack? What is it? What does it mean? How do people do it? Why would they do it? And like, how can someone prevent themselves from it, but then still get screwed over by it? Like, all these questions are still popping up in my head. I've been in tech for like 15 years now, and I've heard about it, looked into it, but actually, no, I've never looked into it. So let's figure it out. That's what I want to figure out right now. I want to learn about that. I want to take you through my journey of learning about that. Got my handy Starbucks in hand right here. This is a white girl Starbucks order for sure. I tried ordering a shaken espresso. And instead of tall, instead of medium, instead of the normal, naming conventions we have in life, fucking Doppio. What's a Doppio? Seriously, what the hell's a Doppio? I don't know. I'm genuinely confused, but this is gonna keep me going. So, all right, let's do this. So, what is a DDoS attack, and why did it screw over Elon so badly yesterday? Let's find this. So I'm gonna get a window open, and you guys can see me searching along here. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm using so many new browsers right now. I'm trying Microsoft Edge because that's the only thing that works with streaming from my iPhone to my Mac to then the streaming platform. And I've never used Microsoft Edge in my life because Microsoft monopolizes products and makes weird, shitty products and forces them on everyone. How do I get this shit on screen? Let's see. How do I get? Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. I think I have to add this on stage. Add a stream. Oh, share. Okay, sorry, guys. Here we go. Share screen. Oh, boy. It's going to make me restart. Oh, my God. It's going to make me restart. Okay. All right. Well, I can't share my screen right now, so that's great because this is the first time using Microsoft Edge. Okay, well, I don't want to end the live stream right now. So anyways, let's go on this. What is a DDoS attack? Let's check this out. CNET, Global Times, NetScout. Okay. First results on Google. A DDoS attack is a distributed denial of service attack. It's designed to force a website, computer, or online service offline. This is accomplished by flooding the target with many requests, consuming its capacity, and rendering it unable to respond to legitimate requests. That I knew. I knew it was like overwhelming the servers or overwhelming the compute that is currently making whatever system online. That I was familiar with. Okay, so let's check this out. First Google result, they got good SEO, is Checkpoint Software. What is a DDoS attack? Checkpoint Software Technologies. Let's check it out. Okay, so a DDoS attack differs from a denial of service attack. Okay, so DDoS apparently is different than DOS because it is distributed. Okay, the malicious traffic comes from a variety of different IP addresses, often the members of a botnet. This makes the attack more difficult to defend against and enables attackers to generate a larger volume of malicious traffic than a single system can generate on its own. Okay, so you got multiple IP addresses coming from distributed areas. I'm assuming like geographical areas, and they're attacking a source. Okay, so compared to maybe a single source attacking the target, which would just be a traditional denial of service attack. All right, so how does this happen? Like, I still don't get it. Like, what the hell does that mean? Like, you're sending HTTP requests like by the hundreds and thousands or by the millions? Like, what's going on here? Okay, so a DDoS attack is essentially the legitimate use of an online service taken too far. For example, a website may be capable of handling a certain number of requests per minute. If that number is exceeded, then the website's performance is degraded. Okay. That kind of already answers what I know. All right, types of DDoS attacks. Okay, there's 3 types here. We see amplification attacks, bandwidth saturation, and then cloud resource exploitation. Amplification attacks, some services such as DNS have responses that are much larger than the corresponding request. Sources. Interesting. Okay. I mean, that's just taking up computing power to serve those people, serve those requests, which I think is what was happening. Because if you tried to click on the space last night, it was capped at like 265,000 viewers. And you see Trump was live, Elon was live. You try to click on either profile, and it was just capped. Like, and then it would go blank. It was really weird. You go on the laptop, shit wouldn't even load. On the iPhone, open the app, it would load, but then it just went blank. So I mean, I feel like it was an overwhelming amount of traffic that took up the resources, but I still don't get it. Like, what, it seems very targeted. What was happening here exactly? Let's you know what, let's like dig in. This is not that helpful. Let's dig in on another website here. Or you know what, let's pull up an article. Newsweek. 6 hours ago from Newsweek. What is a DDoS attack? Elon Musk claims cyber attack delayed Trump interview. Okay. So the funny thing is, the night before, Musk actually tested this with 8 million concurrent listeners, which is like, that's what you do, right? You test in advance, you do some quality assurance, some quality control. I mean, their Twitter Spaces with Ron DeSantis, that crashed like fucking like 6 months ago. I mean, I feel like they should have been prepared, right? Now, if there was a targeted attack by a third party, like an anonymous type of group or a special interest group, I get it more because it's untested waters. There's huge targets on Elon's back, on Trump's back. Like, we've seen that happen on national news. So you don't know what you're fighting against, truly, honestly, especially in the ages of the internet. There are really lots of bad people out there. Okay, so botnet. This term botnet keeps coming up again. DDoS attacks can be orchestrated using botnets, networks of infected devices controlled remotely by attackers. Interesting. Okay. So it sounds like hackers can use other people's machines, manipulate them to potentially contribute towards this distributed denial of service attack. Okay, I'm getting some history over here from Newsweek. They're telling me about what happened in 2016 that hit companies like Twitter, actually, Netflix, and Reddit, which is interesting. Oh, okay. In 2016, this attack used people's devices from Internet of Things devices, so IoT devices, so cameras, DVRs. Wow, that's fascinating. 2 years ago, GitHub, a developer platform that allows users to create and share code, was hit with a 1.3 terabits per second DDoS attack, described at the time as the largest ever. Okay, I'm still not getting this. Like, what the, like, how does this? Can't you filter out bad traffic versus good traffic? I feel like there must be a way. Like, why can't you do that? I don't understand how anonymous traffic from devices can overwhelm a server. I really don't get that. Someone let me know. I mean, I don't think I actually can see chat here that much. So let's see what's going on the chats. Let's see if I can see the chats here. Okay, so the comments do, I think, show up here. We'll see. All right. Let's see. Yeah, this Newsweek article is trash. It didn't really tell us anything. Why? Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? Good old ChatGPT. Let's pull it up. You can always count on ChatGPT to help you out, right? So let's see what ChatGPT tells me. Okay, so DDoS attack ELI 5. ELI 5 means explain it like I'm 5. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say. It's like a traffic jam on the internet. Imagine you're trying to get to your favorite coffee shop, but suddenly thousands of cars show up at the same time, blocking the road so no one can get through. A DDoS attack works the same way. A bunch of computers flood a website with too much traffic all at once, making it impossible for regular users to access the site. The website gets overwhelmed and either slows down or stops working. Honestly, like, this is why I love ChatGPT. Like, these fucking news articles will give me history and nonsense and all this stuff for like, and ads, ridiculous ads for like 10 minutes before I get my answer. This is explained in a second. I get this, okay, but why? I mean, once again, can't you filter out bad traffic from good traffic? Like, if there's an invasion of bad cars on the highway, of like, bad people driving cars, like, can't you like filter them out? Like, there should be a way, I feel like. Okay, can't you filter out bad traffic? I don't get how you can't stop it. All right, let's see what okay, ChatGPT, always affirming. It says, you're right. Filtering out bad traffic is one of the main strategies used to defend against DDoS attacks. However, there are a few reasons why it's challenging. All right, let's discuss this. Number one, volume. DDoS attacks can send an enormous amount of traffic, sometimes millions of requests per second. It's like trying to pick out the bad cars from a massive nonstop highway pileup. Even if you can identify the bad traffic, the sheer volume can overwhelm the system. Okay. That just sounds like brute force. Like you can do that no matter what. Like a brute force of massive volumes of whatever in life. You can just kind of destroy whatever you want to destroy. Interesting. Okay. Number two, legitimate versus malicious traffic. Attackers often mix bad traffic with legitimate requests, making it hard to distinguish between real users and bots. It's like having bad guys disguised as regular customers in a crowd, hard to tell who's who. Oh, okay. I mean, that part I do get. Okay, so you can mask certain traffic, certain users as people who might be actually trying to access the live stream and who want to consume the live stream with Elon Musk and Trump. Okay, all right, that's reason number two. Reason number three, why it's challenging to filter out traffic against DDoS attacks. Distributed nature. DDoS attacks come from many different sources, often thousands of computers infected with malware. Blocking one source won't stop the attack because it's coming from so many places at once. Blocking one source won't stop the attack. Interesting. I mean, I'm trying to imagine who the fuck is doing this. Like, I'm going to imagine it's like an anonymous, because I think Anonymous on Twitter did make a post about being upset at Elon for his comments on UK or some shit like that. I forget. And if it's them, I mean, I'm just imagining this is actually a private organization of, let's call it 25 puppeteers sitting in the shadows. They're doing what they want to do and to cause chaos and havoc and, suppress information, suppress free speech, go with their political agenda. If they're trying to do that, like, they've done this before? Do they have access to this malware that's infected on tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of devices? Like, what's happening here? Like, what do they buy that? Do they have a third party that they go and buy with? Right? I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of this anonymous group. Yeah, I don't know. How do they get access to all these machines with malware? Like, how do they do that? Time for a snack break. Kale, mushroom, egg bites. This is a fucking cheat code from Starbucks. I'm telling you. If you're not on this, you gotta get on this. It is legit. Check this out. It doesn't look as appetizing as packaging, but god damn, it's good. Seriously. How do these groups get access to millions of machines with malware? I'm wondering if there's a marketplace. There must be a marketplace on the dark web, on Silk Road, or whatever fucking 4chan sub-communities, sub-niche communities that are out there. There must be something going on. I'm not entirely sure. And I'm really curious if they own access to this so they can turn on switches anytime they want, or they're renting this out from other malicious groups, which kind of seems more likely. I feel like other malicious groups have specialized in this by now. I need fucking hot sauce. Sorry, give me a second. I need hot sauce. If you know me, I'm a fiend. Have a problem. I need hot sauce. Welcome to my life. Truff, cheat code, makes anything amazing. Fries, eggs, pizza. Can't live without it. And then good old TJ's. My man Joe over there. Oh yeah. Habanero hot sauce. It's like $2.99. I shit you not. $2.99. Where are you gonna get that? You can't get that anywhere. This shit's like $16. $2.99. This is spicier, way spicier. You can't be weak. If you're weak, I just don't know what to say to you. Put some black pepper on your food. Yeah, I don't understand exactly how these groups are getting access to this malware. Okay, but let's continue. My question is, Why is it challenging to filter out bad traffic from good traffic when a DDoS attack is occurring? And how did this screw over Elon Musk and Trump's interview so badly? Like, why could they not prevent this? Like, Elon Musk is an engineering genius. And if he's not an engineering genius, if people don't believe that, he has hired some of the best minds in the world to develop objectively the best rockets and cars in the world. Like there's no denying that. If you look at all the stats from safety to accessibility to, there's on across the board, these products have engineering outcomes that were very difficult to achieve. So why is it that management that is closely related to those products cannot prevent, a massive distributed denial of service attack against a live stream that was desired to be watched by 10 million plus people at the same time? Like, why? That doesn't like add up to me. So, okay. 4 reasons why it's hard to filter out bad traffic from good traffic when this attack is happening. Volume was one of them. Legitimate versus malicious traffic is another one. The third is the distributed nature. So they're coming from different groups and areas, and it's hard to know which areas and which machines with malware are being used to attack the target. It seems kind of just like the same as like it's hard to identify legitimate versus malicious. But anyways, okay, evolving tactics. That's reason number 4. Attackers constantly change their methods to bypass security measures. Hold on a second, I gotta take a bite. As defenses improve, attackers find new ways to avoid detection, making it cat and mouse game. Okay, that's kind of standard. I feel like a lot of people do that. Let's try again. ChatGPT, give us a better reason. Okay, it's pretty much saying the exact same thing. So you know what I want to know? What I want to know is how do they actually find the malicious traffic eventually? If anyone's in cybersecurity here, let me know. Like, I'm gonna check the comments as well. I'm streaming across 5 different platforms here, so I feel like I will get information from someone. If not now, maybe tomorrow, someone will call me up. They'll be like, "Yo, Faris, this is what caused the cybersecurity attack," and I will be like, "Wow, you have just given me new knowledge for the day." Okay, behavioral analysis. So system monitors how traffic behaves. IP reputation, traffic patterns, rate limiting, challenge response tests, deep pack. Okay, this is just too much information. Okay, this is what I thought would be like the most. This is what like confuses me. Okay, so one of the things that engineering teams do when a DDoS attack is happening is rate limiting. Like that's a solution, and that I feel like that's the most logical solution, right? What is rate limiting? It's setting limits on how many requests a single user or an IP address can make in a short time, and then the system automatically blocks or slows down sources that exceed the limit, which often includes malicious traffic. Like to me, if there's a traffic jam on the highway and like thousands of cars are coming in from like, I don't know, bad towns, let's call it, and they're creating this attack, then just put a fucking like gate, put like a police officer just to stop the number of cars coming from a bad town per minute. That's how you reduce it, right? So I think the difficulty here is for them to identify which ones are bad cars versus good cars, which makes sense. It's harder to filter out like where does that gate get placed every single time. But if not, then like, okay, I guess this kind of makes sense. If you could put a gate across the board, right? You put a gate across the board on the highway and stop all of the hundreds of cars trying to come in at the same time, regardless of which town they're coming from. So in that sense, I mean, I don't know. In that sense, I guess that will just suppress millions of people from watching the live stream. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That does make sense in terms of why that's not the best solution, because then Twitter just suffers, right? And then, the people who wanted to watch that live stream just suffer. Okay. This is a cool one. Challenge response test. So sometimes systems will send a small challenge, like a CAPTCHA, to the source of the traffic. If the source can't respond correctly, it's flagged as suspicious. I think that's interesting. So this is like, we've all dealt with CAPTCHA before, right? Now, if a DDoS attack is occurring on a website, on a specific, these things matter, by the way. If you don't care about what the hell a DDoS attack is and you don't give a shit about Trump or Elon, DDoS attacks matter because they have been used against us in modern day society. Like, they have happened on mass scale a handful of times where we couldn't use Netflix, where we wanted to use Facebook and we couldn't. Like, there's just assholes out there that want to cause like havoc and chaos, and this has happened to us so far. And it's interesting because we have thousands of people in our country that are able to prevent these attacks from occurring and know how to mitigate against them. Like, you and I are not the people that can go and open up a console and code this shit and figure it out and prevent this stuff from happening. But there are teams of people, very, very, very smart people, that are prepared for this. It's so niche. It's so crazy. But like, it's like the modern day equivalence of having soldiers, but in today's cyber world, right? Like, countries and nations and all these, groups of people had specialized teams of people prepared to help us in case of us getting attacked. And now we just have engineers, right? That's gonna keep growing, I think. I mean, we're gonna have hundreds, if not thousands, of more teams dedicated to this. That's kind of wild to think about. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I want to know specifically what happened with the Twitter DDoS attack last night. Let's do this. Fun facts from the DDoS attack from Elon Trump's interview. And I also have not checked Twitter today yet. I've just been avoiding it because I wanted to get shit done. So I'm going to see what Elon has to say about this since last night. Okay. Yeah, Twitter Spaces crashed. Yes, 600,000 people tried to join last night. Interesting. So ChatGPT is saying this wasn't technically a DDoS attack. I don't know if that's true. Okay, I don't know if that's true. Okay, first tweet I see from Elon. Actually, first tweet on my timeline from Autism Capital. I don't know what's up with that account. Why are they called Autism Capital? What the fuck? Why? Okay, so this is a screenshot. I wish I could share this. My StreamYard's not working for me to share screens, but basically, wow, there's a screenshot of like 45 articles of just, Trump's lisp. Trump rambling. Wow, imagine rambling. Yeah. I mean, these headlines are just so fucking negative. I just can't deal with mainstream media anymore. I really can't. It just, over the years and years of bullshit, like, and it didn't even start with like anything like liberal versus conservative for me. It's just, mainstream media really, really lost a lot of people's trust. Not even mine. I think there's a big portion of America that does not trust the news. Okay. So Elon has to say about what he has to say about the interview last night. All these negative headlines were so predictable. They're all NPCs. Yeah, I mean, that's spot on. Okay. Whoa, holy shit. Okay, wow. Combined views of the conversation with Trump and Elon last night are now over 1 billion. 1 billion. I mean, whoever did that attack, this is what they're trying to prevent. But it only created more traffic, to be honest. It only helped gain more publicity for this conversation. When you try to suppress something, when you try to thwart it, all it does is gather more attention and draw more like eyeballs on it. That's ultimately all it does. It's very silly. Very silly. Wow, that's insane. Okay, so let's see what actually happened here. Is no one talking about the fucking DDoS attack on Twitter? This is insane. What is happening here? All right, I gotta figure out about this. Is like, I cannot be the only one that like is curious about this. I mean, it's very possible. I'm just a nerd, but oh, this is great. Someone responded to Elon's thing saying, there's no DDoS, you dipshit. That's what they said. Okay, well, you just seem like you're full of hatred. Okay. Great job by the X team for making the space possible despite the DDoS attack. Has anyone figured out like why this happened? Like, or who caused this? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there was some special interests involved. I really do. I mean, they've been trying to silence this guy for a long time. They literally tried to silence this guy by shooting him in the face. So, yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, the recording's online. It's up. It's out there. I'm going to have to do some more research, like deep research, and probably talk to some engineering friends of mine to understand this a bit more in depth, because, you know, I'll call up some people. Put them on the phone, and we can all listen to what they have to say. You know, the nuances of these types of attacks are pretty complicated. And yeah, I mean, I hope X will be prepared to handle this better in the future. I still think they're at a disadvantage because they cut so much bloat, right? People are like, oh my God, you fired so many people. You like ruined the app. Like you like just got rid of the best talent. Like, look, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of doing things that harshly and that quickly. However, when a company has a burn of like $1.5 billion a month and they're going to go out of business, they have less than 8 months of runway. You got to come in and do what you got to do. And that's what Elon did with X. He came in and tried to save the company. Believe it or not, he tried to save the company, and there's a lot of fucking burn. And when there's that much burn, the number one place you go is your expenses. How do I reduce my expenses? The number one expense for every business is headcount. It's people's salaries. It's a very, very big expense. And X, you know, cut over probably 50 to 60% of that bloat. And with that comes some consequences, like not having more resources. Hopefully they can hire more people to get more resources and work on this. So let's see what goes on here. If anyone has more information on this DDoS attack, please DM me, please message me, and I will surely report more on this. So thanks, guys. I hope this was interesting, and time to log out now. I'm going to keep munching on my Starbucks over here. Kale and mushroom bites. Don't forget it. That's the cheat code. Kale and mushroom. All right. Peace.